Hello everyone. Now let us see types of relations. So in types of relation, first of all is identity relation. A relation R on a set A is identity relation if R is equal to A comma A belongs to A. First of all, let us see what is a relation on a set R. A. That means relation on a set means that relation is from set A to itself and A is a non-empty set. Okay, A is a non-empty set and relation from same set to same set is called a relation on a set A. That be any set, non-empty set. So a relation R on a set A means R is from A to A, the set itself. Okay. A is identity relation on A if R is equal to A comma A belongs to A. That means let us see example. Example is if there is a set A that is 1, 2, 4, suppose this is a set. So the relation is of this type. That same element is related to same element. Same element is related to same element and same element is related to same element. This type of relation is called identity. Identity relation means जितने भी हमारे पास A के अंदर एलिमेंट है हर एक एलिमेंट सेम एलिमेंट के साथ रिलेटेड हो. Okay, so this is an identity relation. That same element is related to same element. That is a identity relation. Now see universal relation. Universal relation means if there is a relation from set A to itself, that means A to A, relation is from on a set A means A to A. If R is equal to A cross A means all the elements in the Cartesian product. Generally your relation is a subset of Cartesian product, but for universal relation your R will be Cartesian product. Like suppose your set A is A comma B. This is your set. So relation on this will be A comma A comma B comma A and B comma B. Only these relations are possible. So these relations are possible. These are the subsets of. So this relation is a Cartesian product R cross R. So all the elements of when relation is equal to the Cartesian product, then we say that relation is a universal relation, that all the sets, all the elements are in the relation. That means relation is equal to the Cartesian product. Then it is a universal relation. Identity relation when same element is related to same element. What is a void relation? Void relation is an empty relation. That means if R is a set from R is from A to A and there is no relation between them, so it is a void relation. Now let us see inverse relation. Inverse relation means if R is a relation from A to B, R कोई भी relation है हमारे पास from A to B, what will be the inverse relation? Inverse means R inverse will be from B to A. This is the inverse relation. This is relation and this is inverse relation. Suppose let us see example. Example is 1, 2, 1, 1, 1, 3, 2, 1. Okay, this is a relation R and R inverse will be 1, 2 will become 2, 1, 1, 1 will remain as 3, 1 and 1, 2. Okay, so if we see here in R, the domain of R is first element of this. Okay, so ordered pair का हमारे पास first element domain होता है. So ordered pair का first element is 1, 2 and range of R inverse. Let us see range of R inverse. Range of R inverse means second element of R inverse, that is 1, 2. So when you write range, when you write relation and relation inverse, domain of R is equal to the range of R inverse. So main point in this is, let us see that domain of R is equal to range of R inverse and range of R is equal to domain of R inverse. When we write a inverse relation, okay, so you can see in this, if relation is this, you write it's an inverse relation like this. The domain becomes its range and range becomes its domain. Okay, this is called an inverse relation. Now a reflexive relation. Reflexive relation, it is a relation on a set A is reflexive if A is related to A. In this also we have done A is related to A, but in reflexive relation we say that A comma A belong to R for all A belong to A, means all सेम एलिमेंट सेम के साथ सबके लिए होना चाहिए, ये इसमें भी है, लेकिन इन रिफ्लेक्सिव रिलेशन यू कैन हैव एक्स्ट्रा एलिमेंट्स आल्सो. एग्जांपल, if you are having a set A, that means 1 2 3, then your relation is 1 comma 1 2 comma 2 3 comma 3 or 3 comma 1 1 comma 2. So this is your reflexive relation, but this is not your identity relation. Difference between reflexive relation and identity relation is this, that in identity relation only the elements will come that are related to the itself, but in this extra elements can come. Let us see some examples that which are reflexive relation and which are identity relation. Let us see some same set A. Let us write three relations. Okay, on this set A let us write three relations. First relation be 1 comma 1 2 comma 2 and 3 comma 3. Okay, second be 1 comma 1 3 comma 3. Third relation be 1 comma 1 1 comma 2 2 comma 2 3 comma 3 3 comma 3. These three relations we have written. Now let us see which are identity relations and which are reflexive. What is the difference between them? This first relation, this is identity relation. How this is identity relation? As every element A belong to A, every element is related to itself. So in this it is an identity relation, as well as this is identity relation, as well as this is reflexive, as well as this is reflexive. Because in reflexive relations you say that A comma A belong to R for all A belong to A, and in all A means all elements are belong to itself. So both the properties satisfy in this, so it is identity relation also and reflexive relation also. 1 is 1 comma 1 and 3 comma 3. This is not a identity relation, because in identity relation you say that A belong to A, सारे A के लिए उसके itself element related होने चाहिए, लेकिन इसमें हमारे पास क्या related नहीं है, 2 comma 2 नहीं है, so it is not identity relation, it is not identity relation. Similarly it is not reflexive also, because we in reflexive also we say that for all A belong to A, we need this. Now in third relation there is 1 comma 1 2 comma 2 and 3 comma 3, but there are some extra elements, so it is not identity relation. It is not identity relation, because in identity relation you say that only elements related to itself come. Okay, these types of element will not come in identity relation, but in reflexive it say कि A comma A belong to R for all A, but extra elements can also come. So this is a reflexive. So this is the difference between the reflexive relation and identity relation, that which are reflexive and which are identity relation. Now let us see some more relations. Now let us see another relation, that is symmetric relation. A symmetric relation is a relation on a set A. If A comma B belong to R, this implies that B comma A should also be belong to R. Symmetric means, example is there is a relation, suppose 1 comma 2 1 comma 1 and 2 comma 1. This is a symmetric relation. If A comma B belong to R, that means B comma A should also belong to R. Then you say that it is a symmetric relation. Suppose in this relation there is 1 comma A, so another element 2 comma 1 should also be in the set. Then you say that it is a symmetric relation. Another example, suppose this is a set given to you, 3 comma 1 and 1 comma 3 is also there. This is symmetric or not? This is not symmetric, because if A comma B is present in the set, then B comma A should also be in the set. Why this was not symmetric? 1 comma 3 and 3 comma 1 are there, it's fine, but 1 comma 2 is there, 2 comma 1 is not there, so this is not symmetric relation. Are you getting my point? मतलब अगर किसी सेट में A comma B हो तो B comma A भी होना चाहिए, ठीक है. अब जैसे यहाँ पर 1 comma 2 था तो 2 comma 1 था, ठीक है, ओके गुड. लेकिन यहाँ पर 1 comma 2 है सेट में, लेकिन 2 comma 1 नहीं था, so it is reflexive. So A comma B is in their set, then B comma A should also be in the set, so it is a Now so your example of symmetric are like 2 comma 2, 2 comma 1, 1 comma 2, 3 comma 1, 3 1 comma 3. So this is a symmetric relation. If A comma B is present, then B comma A should also be present in the set for symmetric relation. Next is transitive relation. Transitive relation means that if A is related to B and B is related to C, then A should also be related to C. Okay. If A is related to B, B is related to C, and then A is also should, मतलब अगर ये दो हमारे पास किसी सेट में है एलिमेंट्स, तो ये थर्ड एलिमेंट भी होना चाहिए. That means transitive relation. Example: suppose in a set there is 1 comma 1, 1 comma 2, and suppose this is a set in which 1 comma 2 is there, 2 comma 3 is there, then 1 comma 3 is also there. If this is A, this is B, then A comma B is in the set. This is B, then B comma C is also in the set. Then A comma C should also be in the set. This is also in the set. अगर ये दो हमारे पास किसी सेट में एलिमेंट्स हैं, then third element should also be in the set. Then we say that the set has a transitive relation. Okay, so in this case, this is a transitive relation. Now let us see equivalence relation. Equivalence relation is a relation in which all the three properties of these relations are satisfied. First is reflexive, second is symmetric, and third is transitive. So equivalence relation is a relation on a set A is said to be equivalence on A if and only if. First, if and only if means अगर ये तीन properties satisfy हो रही हैं, then we say that the set is a equivalence relation. Or if it is given to you that a set is a equivalence relation, then it is known that it is having these three relations. Okay. So first of all, if the set is a equivalence relation, then it is a reflexive. That means every element is related to itself. Second, it is transitive. That means if A comma B is present in the set, then B comma A should also be present in the set. Third, it is transitive. That A comma B belong to R and B comma C belong to R. That means A comma C should also belong to R. So this, when these three properties are satisfied, it is called equivalence relation. It is very important relation. It is very important relation from examination point of view. Mostly the questions come that this relation is an equivalence relation or not. So you have to see that these three properties are satisfied for equivalence relation or not. Now our last is antisymmetric relation. A relation R on a set A is antisymmetric if and only if A comma B belong to R and B comma A belong to R. Then we say that A equal to B आ जाना चाहिए हमारे पास. अगर हमारे पास A comma B है R में, B comma A है R में, तो A और B equal हो जाने चाहिए. हम कहेंगे वो that is antisymmetric relation. Suppose if we say example की examples आ जाएंगे आपके पास. Identity relation. Identity relation is an antisymmetric relation. Identity relation is antisymmetric because every element is related to itself and A comma B अगर सेट में है, suppose 1 comma 1 अगर सेट में है हमारे पास, तो 1 और 1 equal है, 2 comma 2 है तो 2 comma 2 equal है. So this is a antisymmetric relation. Okay. Or the relation of less than equal to on real numbers. Less than antisymmetric, that A comma B belong to R and B comma A belong to R, then your A and B should be equal. If in any case the A and B becomes equal, that will be your antisymmetric relation. Now let us see one example that show that the relation is congruent to on a set of triangles in a plane is an equivalence relation or not. We have to tell that this relation is congruent to, and set is set of real numbers. S is given to you, set of triangles. Okay, S is a set of triangles and the relation given to you is congruent to. That means triangle 1 is congruent to triangle 2. This type of relation is given to you. We have to tell that this relation is an equivalence relation or not. For equivalence relation, first property you have to see is that it is reflexive or not. Reflexive means all the triangles should be equal to themselves. So if is congruent to is a relation, that means triangle 1 is congruent to triangle 1. Symmetric means if you say that triangle 1 is congruent to triangle 2, if you say that triangle 1 is congruent to triangle 2, then this implies that triangle 2 will be congruent to triangle 1. So it is symmetric also. If one triangle is congruent to another, then another triangle is also congruent to its first triangle. Third is Transitive relation. Transitive means if we are having three triangles, we know that triangle 1 is congruent to triangle 2 and triangle 2 is congruent to triangle 3. So this implies that your triangle 1 should be congruent to triangle 3. So transitive also holds. So if all the three properties hold, then we say that the equivalence relation. So in equivalence relation, you have to see all the properties, the reflexive, symmetric and transitive, to prove that any relation is an equivalence relation. So this was all about the relations chapter. And next we will start functions. Thank you.